It's a raccoon with a talk show slinging culture facts you might not know. From the biggest flops to the greatest hits, this is Trash Can Tidbits.
Hey there, everybody. It's Peyton here, and welcome back to the final Trash Can Tidbits of 2019. It's been such an amazing year and a great ride. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being so welcoming and helpful. It's been a real pleasure sharing all my trivia knowledge with you. I so can't wait for next year to show off some new ideas and greater content. So let's get right to it with fact number 1. Did you know that the stunt coordinator for the Star Wars prequel trilogy has a very small, almost cut altogether cameo in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith? Nick Gillard was the one who created the amazing lightsaber fights in the prequels, and he appeared in the movie as a Jedi Master named Sin Dralig, which is Gillard's name spelled backwards, and supposedly filmed a fight scene with Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker. However, Gillard's role was reduced to just a couple of seconds in a security video of Anakin fighting the Jedi, but he does appear as a boss in the Episode 3 video game. Fact 2. Did you know that the idea for the animality finishing moves in Mortal Kombat 3 came about due to a rumor? As is the case with other characters and rumors in the series, the rumor came about due to Liu Kang turning into a dragon during one of his fatalities in Mortal Kombat 2. And it soon spread around that a player discovered that you could do the same thing with Scorpion, except he'd become an actual Scorpion. This was obviously not true, but due to these rumors, the developers at Midway decided to make it true for Mortal Kombat 3. As a joke to this initial rumor with Scorpion, his animality in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 consisted of him turning into an exploding penguin and laying an exploding egg. Haha. Very funny, guys. Fact 3. Sticking with Mortal Kombat for this next fact, did you know that the famous scream of was originally created for the commercial for the home console versions of the first game? The commercial was created by game publisher Acclaim, which did the publicity tour for the first game, and it consisted of the frenzy surrounding the hype for the game's release by kids shouting that now iconic scream. The home console ports of the game were released on September 13, 1993, which was dubbed Mortal Monday. The scream has now become synonymous with the Mortal Kombat franchise, even appearing in the movie and other entries. Fact 4. Did you know that the role of Truly Scrumptious in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang was originally intended for Julie Andrews, based on her performance in Mary Poppins? This would make sense as the movie does star Dick Van Dyke and has songs by the Sherman Brothers, who wrote the songs for Mary Poppins. Ultimately, Andrews declined and the role ended up going to Sally Ann Howes, who actually replaced Andrews as Eliza Doolittle in the London production of My Fair Lady. Fact 5. Did you know that Pierce Brosnan's James Bond did not drive an Aston Martin until his 4th film? This was due to a special deal where BMW was the car brand chosen to be driven by Bond. Since Brosnan's second movie, Tomorrow Never Dies, partly takes place in Germany, it made sense for Bond to be driving a German-branded car. The featured cars actually became the best-selling models at the time. It wouldn't be until Brosnan's final film, Die Another Day, where he would finally drive an Aston Martin Vanquish, which subsequently became infamous for the invisibility feature. Go figure. The Vanquish also subsequently appeared in other Bond video games at the time, like Nightfire and Everything or Nothing. Fact 6. Did you know that Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, was intended to be the beginning of an anthology series where a different Halloween-themed story would be told in each movie, similar to The Twilight Zone? Once it became apparent that this movie would not be a success due to it having the Halloween name and not featuring Michael Myers, the producers decided to bring him back from that point forward. However, the movie does technically feature a quick cameo by Michael, though while one of the characters is watching TV. Also, the series star Jamie Lee Curtis cameos as a telephone operator. Fact 7. Did you know that the Brady Bunch did have a dog, but he was actually written out of the series after the second season? In fact, the doghouse was always seen in the family's backyard, but it was there for a major reason. One of the set's giant arc lamps had apparently fallen and made a big hole in the artificial turf used for the Brady's backyard, and the doghouse was placed there to cover it up, even though the family never had a dog again. The Brady Bunch movie even made a reference to the dog, Tiger, with Mrs. Brady asking out loud to herself, "Whatever happened to that dog?" Fact 8. Did you know that the legendary Judy Garland only starred in one animated voice role in her entire career? She played Musette in the 1962 animated musical Gay Paris, and is also notable for featuring songs written by Harold Arlen and Yip Harburg, the same guys who wrote the songs for Garland's seminal classic, The Wizard of Oz. On a side note, it is quite common to get this film confused with Disney's The Aristocats because the story also involves singing cats on an adventure in Paris, even though Gay Paris came out almost a decade before The Aristocats. I definitely think it's worth giving a shot, though, because the songs are pretty catchy if somebody like Judy Garland is singing them. Fact 9. Did you know that country singer Brad Paisley confidently predicted that he would marry a girl he saw in a movie? After he was stood up on a date seeing this particular movie, he ended up singing it by himself and actually fell in love with one of the actresses. The movie was Father of the Bride Part 2. The actress was Kimberly Williams, who played the bride of the title, and he ended up marrying her in real life a few years later. And finally, Fact 10 comes from my friend Beastly Drohan on Telegram. Did you know that Haley Joel Osment had played a significant part in the Beauty and the Beast franchise and returned to it later in a really interesting way? In Disney's 1997 film Beauty and the Beast: The Enchanted Christmas, Chip is voiced by Osment, who would just be a few years away from his career-defining role in The Sixth Sense. Haley would also go on to be the official voice of Sora throughout all major Kingdom Hearts series. For Kingdom Hearts 2, it created a world based on Beauty and the Beast. Paige O'Hara and some of the original actors reprised their roles. This is a time in which both Paige and Haley reunited in the same Beauty and the Beast universe, but with Haley being an entirely different character altogether. Interestingly enough, Chip doesn't have any audible lines in the game at all and only communicates through speech bubbles. Thank you so much for sharing that fact with me, Drohan. And there we go. This year was such a fun ride, and I really cannot wait until 2020 to share more great stuff with you. I have a lot to be happy about this year, and I'm so happy this series came to fruition successfully. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and boop that little bell down there for future notifications. Have a happy Happy New Year. I'll see you all in 2020 for more great surprises.